Okay folks, this is going to be quite a different video for me. I've made this video because I'm actually really quite annoyed. All over Instagram and Twitter and Facebook there's been a story this week about a teenager who did a half and half makeup face, all about the power of makeup. Now what slipped through on all these stories were when people were saying how ugly she looked without makeup. People were saying that she even looked like she might have alopecia, or she even looked like she might have cancer. Now, hang on. Just because you've got alopecia or you might have cancer, that doesn't equate with being ugly. And that really, really annoyed me. And it felt like I had to do something about it, and I had to do a video about it. Calling somebody ugly is horrible anyway, and then calling them ugly because they look like they've got alopecia is disgusting. And I read this editorial on Yahoo, on HuffPost, all over the internet. Anyway, I decided to do a get ready with me to really show you what it's like if you don't have hair on your head and you don't have proper eyebrows and you have thin eyelashes. Okay. I'm actually very nervous for this bit. It's strange. I'm more nervous showing you guys my bare face than I was when the first time I took my wig off for my videos and showing my bare scalp. And that says a lot about how women are viewed in this society. And I think I look about average for a 46-year-old woman. I have wrinkles, I have skin discoloration. Now my alopecia has meant that I have sparse eyebrows and sparse eyelashes. Just because you don't have hair and you don't have eyebrows, that doesn't change who you are. That doesn't change your shape of your face. So that's what this video is about. It's about making the best of ourselves, but it's also about standing up for ourselves and our own beauty, whether or not we have eyelashes or eyebrows or we're bald. Okay, well, I usually start with a good quality primer. This is one from e.l.f. I do a light layer all over my face and I give it about 10 minutes to soak in before I go on to my foundation. Now, I use a good foundation. I use expensive makeup and less expensive makeup, but a good foundation is a great canvas to start. So this is the Chanel and it's Perfect Lumineux, and I use Rose Beige. So here I am adding my concealer, which is a Mineral Veil concealer, and it's in a porcelain colour. Any good concealer will do. You don't have to use a particular brand. Now, I have a slightly crooked nose, so I do correct it with a little bit of highlight on one side. I highlight the top of my forehead and my chin as well. I don't rub my concealer in, I pat it in because I have mature skin and I want to pat it into the lines, not make them particularly heavy. And I go very, very gently, especially around the edges of my eyes. And then I use a good quality setting powder. This is e.l.f. It's a high definition setting powder. It's a drugstore powder. Now you pack it on with a beauty brush. This helps as well for when you put your eyeshadow on. You can just brush under your eyes and get rid of any of the powder that might settle there. So I just powder over where I have my concealer. I use the Sleek contouring palette to put a little bit of definition under my cheekbones. I blend this very, very carefully, although on this side it looks heavier because of the light in the room. I also blend my foundation right into the hairline, and I put a little bit of bronzer up around the hairline. I don't use the same shade bronzer as I do for my contouring. I use the Hoola from Benefit. I lightly bronze my hairline just so that there isn't a kind of white edge showing through my wigs. Now for eyebrows, I follow a trick that I learned a long time ago. I think it was in a beauty magazine when I was about 11, called Jackie, if anyone remembers Jackie. So you take the pencil, you put it on the side of your nose, and that is where your brow should start. Now the hair I have left starts there. Okay, so the other side. Then you take your pencil and you line it up when you're looking straight ahead through the centre of your pupil. And so that for me hits about there. And that should be roughly where your arch comes in. And then you take the pencil and you put it along the side of your nose. And you put it in the corner of your eye. And that gives you where the end of your eyebrow should be. So this works if you have no eyebrows at all. If you follow that and just keep them an even distance from your natural edge of your eyelid, then your eyebrows will be in the perfect position.
Okay, so this is a Rimmel eyebrow pencil and it's in the blonde shade. It should be sharper, I just didn't want to stop recording for it. Now, depending on how my alopecia is at the time, I can have no eyebrows, some eyebrows, 3/4 eyebrows or half eyebrows.
Now, I hate Instagram brows, so I do my brows quite lightly and I fill them in and set them quite lightly too. The more false your brows look, the more it draws attention to the fact that you might not have that many anymore. I am not very good at brows, but it's just what I do and how I go about it. So you just can tidy up the edges with concealer if you wish. So I'm going to do a nice natural everyday eye. I'm going to use the Too Faced chocolate box. It's lovely, neutral colours, some matte, some shiny. It looks really beautiful on.
And the best thing is it smells like chocolate. So I do my whole lid with the lightest colour, which is a matte cream, and it's called white chocolate, and it smells delicious. It also helps even out any concealer. Then I go in with a soft brush and I do my crease line in milk chocolate, which is kind of a mid-light brown colour. Again, it's gorgeous, it blends really nice and it smells wonderful. I blend everything. I mean, it looks very harsh in this light, but everything is blended, I do tell you. To deepen the crease, I use the slightly darker brown. It's called Semi-Sweet. And I just apply that in the very centre of the crease, not too far to the edges. And again, I blend, blend, blend. On my mobile lid, I put a lovely colour that's at the very bottom of the palette called Champagne Truffle. And it does have a bit of sparkle to it, but once it's blended out, it's okay for mature eyes. And it's really pretty and it lifts up your lids in a very lovely way. I do invest in some really good makeup brushes. So these are the Wayne Goss brushes. Then I go in with the darkest colour on the palette. It's called Triple Fudge. And I do that on the very outside V of my eyes in terms of under the eyelid and just on top. And then I blend it out. I use a fine line waterproof eyeliner from Blink. I don't put a lot on, I think it's aging for older skin. I just tight line to help my lashes look a bit thicker. Then I use the pumping method to curl my eyelashes because it doesn't pull them out. And I coat them in Blink mascara, which is a fabulous mascara if you have alopecia. It coats each individual lash very well. It's a very buildable mascara. It's never clumped with me and I just love it. It's absolute best mascara for me. Okay, then I add a little bit of light with the illuminating palette from e.l.f. It's the Light Pink Glow. Again, I have blended this out. It just looks very harsh in the light, so please believe me, I haven't got stripy face. And I do the other side as well. It's a very flattering pink colour on older skin. I wouldn't take the highlight too close to your eyes where you have your wrinkles, obviously, but a little dab on your chin and your nose just to brighten up your face would look lovely. Well, now we're almost finished, but what's missing? Oh, lippy. I use a cheap lip pencil. This is Red Dynamite from Rimmel. It's a very pretty colour. I just do a basic outline and I add a little bit of shading to the centre of my lips and the corner before I put my main lipstick on, which is e.l.f. Mineral Lipstick in Rich Raspberry. It's gorgeous and it goes on very smoothly. It lasts a long time and if you blot it off, it's very pretty. I finish off with a cheap gloss. Any gloss will do.
Okay, my darlings, there we go. All ready to go? No. I need my hair. I'm wearing the Alexa in Vanilla Bean Routine. If you're interested in this wig after I put it on, there'll be a review of it coming up, and I'll put a link here. So, here's the finished look. Now, I don't think I'm ugly. I don't think I'm ugly because I have to draw on my eyebrows or I don't have thick eyelashes or that I have to wear a wig. And I don't think someone who maybe doesn't stand for your idea of beauty is ugly just because they don't look like everybody else. I think true ugliness is something that's inside, and no matter what you put on your face or on your scalp, it's always going to be there. And the way to stop real ugliness is by being nicer to each other. So if you've come to this channel to make a nasty remark, go ahead. It won't touch me because I know who I am. To all the people suffering hair loss out there, you're not ugly. And to everyone else, have a great evening. Bye, my lovely friends.